Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Brand new day. We're here. We're doing it. It's happening. It's happening. Good morning, Paul. DRV, Bill. Good to see you guys. The S&P, another gap up. This is after earnings last night. And yeah, we could just keep floating higher. Let's get our levels marked out on the chart. We were pretty close to getting to that high from a couple days ago. We got like right to it. Here's our only overhead level now. Otherwise, a bit range-like. We compressed for a bit, broke out of that range, and now we're headed back down. It even could be like a choppy move higher that played itself out. Agallador, good morning. I don't know why YouTube switched like what names they present, so it's all like the ats to your actual profile now. Tom, good morning. Yes, indeed. We sold off into the close. Then earnings are what pushed us back up. But it was kind of some mixed results on earnings, so should be interesting. Good morning to you, Ed. The all caps greeting. Starting us off strong. Yeah, so I think those are pretty much our levels there. We'll take a look at NQ here in a second. Well, let's take a look at ol' NQ. Same exact pattern. Jonathan, good morning. Anoli, good to see you. Yeah, same exact pattern here on the NAS. Hard to identify this little move up, but kind of looks like it's all done. Really, we'll just have to wait for some more info on the open. And that is coming soon. Less than 2 minutes. Let's see where our levels are here on the NAS. I don't even think we have anything to the upside. Nope, and we already filled this gap here to the lower end of things. There's yesterday's low, and then we'll take a look at the overnight high. Big couple gaps underneath still. And that is pretty much it. Good morning, Ron. Yes, happy Halloween. I got kids, so you know what my evening's gonna look like. We got 30 seconds now till the open. Good morning, Anna. Hey, Pete. Archer. Yeah, that's exactly how I'd categorize yesterday. Solid morning, lackluster afternoon yesterday. We'll see what today brings. There's the bell. There is the bell. Let's see what's up. Kind of want to do a little experimenting on the open here, guys. If I get any sense that we're going higher or lower, I might start building a little position for a test. Archer, your kids are 36 and 33. Great, man. Take them trick-or-treating for old time's sake, you know? NQ looking like it wants to drop a little bit. We'll zoom in. We'll have to get a wider downtrend. This thing kind of looks like it's played out. There you go, Archer, perfect. Hitting up that trick-or-treating. I'm going to start playing around. Again, the whole strategy, the whole idea is just to add to winners, cut losers really quick. ES looks like it wants to drop lower. So does NQ, actually. week, and I'm just playing around with this idea of adding to winners always, never adding to a loser. Letting winners run. And it's been working quite well for me. I've been trying different, like you're seeing right here, what I'm doing is adding very quickly, looking for kind of like quick moves. But I've also done it where I'm looking more like on the trend for the day. And yeah, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly the system that I want to use doing it. But the main thing is trying to stay with the trend, not counter trend trading or anything. S&P popping up a little bit. Testing the EMA right now. But finding some rejection. I will cut this soon if it doesn't start to produce. Just looking for a quick bounce here. S&P is really trying right now. And NQ struggling to bounce, but if it does, it should be a pretty big flush. I'm sure there's a lot of people that were chasing that move down. Good morning, Falco. What's going on? Come on, Nasdaq. S&P is trying to clear over the EMA. Is trying. It's trying. All right, I don't like how whippy this is. We're gonna take a scratch here. Unless we can miraculously pop up. We'll scratch out. Ah, Fernando, good to see you. Yeah, again, YouTube changed like what name is visible anymore. So it's not like the nickname you choose, it's the actual @ name of your of your whatever you call it, your profile, your page. Here's the S&P. Finding some rejection at the EMA. Maybe we have a wider channel like this. I don't know. It's really hard to map out. This is not super clear just yet. We're essentially like right where the overnight low is, and we got the tinfoil hat pattern. So you know what that means. That's a real serious pattern. When you see the tinfoil hat pattern, you know crazy things are gonna happen. NQ, I'm liking this move down actually a lot better on the Nas. Fits pretty dang well. Right at that overnight low area. As far as our standard procedure trades, we are looking for a pullback. If this trend be legit, this pullback the EMA is going to hold. We'll look for 2 legs, nice bearish bar, and we'll get after it. Same on the S&P. If we can identify a channel, that's kind of the tricky part right now. That looks pretty good. Could have considered taking the second entry short that popped up right here. If we weren't screwing around on those test trades. This did pull back. Technically one little attempt lower, second pullback. I don't necessarily like this sideways action right at the EMA, but that was a possibility. Could have taken that. But now ES has a good looking downtrend, so we'll continue to play that. I'm waiting on a pullback to take a trade, both on the proven strategy and my test strategy. Either way, a pullback would be wise. Don't want to see this overshoot the bottom of the channel. And that is looking like maybe an overshoot. Let's see if we can map this channel out from the top. It'd still be valid there, but either way we need a pullback. This is the kind of move you don't want to chase down, because it could all of a sudden have a significant bounce. While we are waiting for the pullback, I'm gonna reload my data here. Good morning, Tretta. Here we're getting that reload. All right, there's our reloaded bars, and that second entry short that happened earlier looks even less good. All right, we are going to start building a short position here. Shoot, kind of missed my opportunity on that pullback while the trend was, or the chart was loading. Might have to wait for another one. This is a pretty decent looking downtrend here. See what this pullback brings. So far, kind of looking like a steep pullback. If we get any signs of resistance at the EMA, I'm going to start building a short position. This is the first break of this little downtrend, and this could have a more significant correction. We still have basically like one leg here. This could dip down and have a second leg like so. All right, a little bit of signs of rejection at the EMA. I'm gonna start a position. I'm not gonna add to it until we make sure we don't have that big, larger second leg. I like that. Moving on down. So only 2 contracts, and with our standard setup, we'll be looking for a lower high here. Okay, we need to see some rejection here at the EMA. And I will let this thing go as far as a measured move. If it goes any higher than that, no longer going to be interested in holding the short, and we'll get out of it. Meanwhile, we also building the short position on NQ. Got that going. It's green right now. We're monitoring both. I'm going to draw a little line here at the measured move. And again, I don't want to see it get really any higher than that. It can wick through there. I don't mind that, but it needs to come back down. This dangerously looks like it could just pop up here. Yeah, we will take the loss if we close up here. Decent push, needs to get below the EMA though. And then on our standard setup, we'll be looking for a lower high. I don't know that I'm going to try to juggle several accounts right now, so just know that if you're waiting for a proven setup, you need a lower high here below the EMA. Not looking good for the home team here. Bounce off the EMA so far, looking somewhat like support. Nasdaq has been behaving much better. It's been below the 21 this whole time. And Nasdaq looks like it's pushing for that new low, so adding to that position. Woo-wee. Nasdaq's looking good. We did get that new low. I probably will start trailing here. So it took some nice profit on Nasdaq. More than makes up for this ES trade, even if this gets stopped out. See if we can get that push down though. Closed below the EMA. That's good. That's good. Still need that push down though. Kind of tough when that trend is technically played out on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq could bounce, and obviously if the Nasdaq bounce, ES is really going to want to bounce because it's a little bit stronger right now. May tighten this up, take an even smaller loss. Really limit our risk. This turns into a lower high. This would be a great time to take a position. This would be a standard A+ setup. Didn't quite get there. Gonna give this a little bit more room. And NQ's forming a lower high. I might get back into NQ. Yeah, getting back into NQ. We'll add to ES here. NQ reached a new low yet again. I'm tempted to hold it because I feel like the ES is going to make a new low too, and Nasdaq's going to go down further, but I think I will lock in some gains if we get him. I'll hold it there. ES stalling a little bit. Took some more gains on NQ. So this is basically a free trade now. If this turns into a lower high, I think I'm going to add one final time. A little bit of a bullish body. I think I'm going to keep my same position. NQ looks like it wants to bounce too. All right. NQ might bounce, so I'm gonna keep my risk small here. If it goes down, it goes down. That's great. I like that bar. That's looking pretty good. But we'll take a paper cut on this one. Still a possibility of getting a short though, because our downtrend has not technically played out. All right, we had this move here. Break, we do expect a new low. That still could happen. And look at that bar. Of course, right after we get out. Just one contract here, just in case we get that pop down. Interesting that sellers, if we don't get a new low here, that's going to be very telling of the selling power today. This is kind of the seller's chance to push us down here. So if they don't, yeah, we might either drift higher or be stuck in a range for the day. And NQ doing what we expect it to do. Had a move down, break, new low. Now it's bouncing a bit. Unless there's some sort of secondary channel, we would expect a bullish correction to come in here. Yes, popping down yet again, another bearish bar. I'm trying one last time on this. There we go. There's that push down. All right, all right, all right. Technically played out this downtrend, but we'll see how far this can go. May be interested in going down and filling that gap. I think we'll trail one bar at a time though, since this downtrend is technically played out. One tick above that thing. There we go. Come on, sellers, let's flush this thing down. Let's go. All right, took it there. Cool. Well, price action doing what we expect it to do. That's always a good sign. We had our move down, we had a break, now we have a new low, so now we would expect probably a correction. We will pause the shorts for now. So hopefully you guys are getting a little bit better idea of kind of what I'm looking to do with this new approach that I'm testing out. And one of the keys is just being really good at taking a loss. Got to be okay with taking a small position and getting out when it's not going your way, reducing your risk, and then when it is going your way, aggressively adding into it, letting it do its thing. And yeah, when you get those, it's really a freeing thing to be able to add to winners. It's like if you were betting on some sort of sports game, right? Like let's say you're betting on the World Series and you have $100 that the Dodgers are going to win, and then all of a sudden they go up 3 runs. Like, wouldn't you want to bet even more that they're going to win because it's more likely? So that's the whole idea. What's up, Cade? What's up? What's up? This bullish correction coming right as expected, right on cue. Price action works, guys. It is like the secret weapon to trading when you know exactly what trends are in play, when they're played out. You can anticipate moves before they happen. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I may even consider a double higher low here for the reversal. Here's the double higher low on ES. Kind of tempting, but with this downward bias, I think I'll hold off on it. Well, you know what? It's too late. I was gonna go in with a contract, but it's already pushing up a little bit. We'll hold off. Taking plenty of trades today. I don't need to force anything. Oof, seller's got a nice little push down too. Good morning, D Blanc. What's up? What's good with you? If we keep making new lows here, I may have to look at some sort of secondary channel that will show that there is more bearish momentum than we originally anticipated. S&P got another bull bar here. In Pete saying, can I talk about the pattern I saw on NQ chart? For sure. Let's take a peek. I mean, depends on what you mean by what pattern I saw. So I was shorting both of them simply because we had a downtrend, right? Oh, here, hold on. I need to put in my drawing tool. We had a downtrend, and downtrends typically, it's like a Newton's law, an object stays in motion. Basically that, like, we're in a downtrend. We're going to continue this downtrend likely until we have a little break and a new low. So all in here, very likely that we're going to get a short. If you're looking for proven setup, A+, where probabilities are really on your side, you're looking at this pullback here, one attempt lower, second pullback here. Then you got this nice bearish bar to take. Risk to reward's a little bit iffy on that because the low is very close. So put a limit order back here, get filled. You got great risk to reward to get that move down to the new low. Hopefully that answers your question. Good morning, Martin. Just the one new low, Pete. A trend is in play until it has a break and a new extreme. So in a downtrend, I'll even do this. You can help so we can see it a little bit better. In a downtrend, that's a new low. So this downtrend is in play till we have the break that happens right here. So once you have the break, then you're looking for it to make a new low, and then we're still expecting a move down until we get that new low. So that's the low of the trend right there. Here's our break. So this is still in play until we get that new low, which technically happens right here. So that's when you would pause looking for shorts. It's when the trend is technically played out. Pete, a lot of great questions. Honestly, I think the most helpful thing for you would be to consider taking the masterclass. All of those things are covered in incredible detail, over 4 hours of content, mapping out exactly the setups to take, what exactly you're looking for, the checklist you need, where to enter, where to put your stop, where to take profit. Everything is in there, builds up from ground zero. So that's honestly the best way to learn how to trade profitably. So yeah, I'd recommend that. The link is somewhere, link in the chat, in the description. Yeah, definitely take a look at that. And that also gets you lifetime access to the Discord. So you'll be able to trade with me for the rest of the trading day. I'm calling out what I'm seeing, sharing pictures of my chart, saying exactly what setup I'm looking for. There's a permanent trade checklist in the Discord where you can cross-reference, everything. You can print it out, have it up, ready for any trade that you want to take. So yeah, I think it's a screaming deal for all the value you're getting. Back on the ES, we're now just kind of ranging here. Our trend played out with the break and the new low. We would expect a bullish correction, and we're getting it. Yeah, this may just end up developing into a range, something like this. We'll see. Paul, thanks. Yeah, I know Paul's done the masterclass. A must if you want to cut down the learning curve. I agree. Yeah, like if you go through all my old live streams and and everything, all the information is there scattered around. But yeah, it would take a while to go back through all that content and kind of piece everything together. With the masterclass, I consolidated everything. Like, it's super organized, super to the point. Everything dwindled down into 4 hours. exactly what you need. And yeah, cutting down the learning curve is the main thing for sure. Also, a couple little fun hacks in there too. There is a little trick. If you understand probabilities, if you understand how the market works, there's a trick to pretty much guarantee that you will stop losing in trading. You'll at least break even in trading. Of course, that's not where we want to stay, but you can at least like say, okay, I'm not going to lose anymore. And there's a little hack to do that. So those are some of the other things that are in the masterclass. Super helpful. But we had some nice fluid movement this morning and kind of slowing down a little bit. Looks like the market may settle into more of a range. I'm gonna put this on the chart. I think it's so far proving to be the pattern. And considering too that it is Friday, end of the week, I would not be surprised if we settle into some more choppy range-like action. Okay, here we go. Bears trying to make another new low. Might have to take this range off. And again, if we keep pushing down, there is a chance we have a secondary channel at play. We're going to continue to wait and watch this. You don't want to jump the gun on this. Don't want to assume that's what's happening before it does. NQ did have a little push down. Still looks like it could bounce though. There's really no reason to take a trade here. We don't have a trend in play. We're just waiting on the next market cycle to develop. These are the kind of times that will make or break you as a trader. You have to know when you should be actively looking for a setup and when you need to be passively waiting for the market to produce something. Right in here, this was active setup time, right? We had a nice confirmed downtrend, pull back, we're around the EMA. This is when you want to just be eyes glued, edge of your seat, ready to take a trade. But once you get that new low, once this trend is played out, this is the waiting zone. This is where traders will get very, honestly, just lose accounts, right? Because you're trying to force something that's not there, either assuming that like you're going to get a big bounce and anticipating a reversal, or thinking that it's going to continue, both of which are possibilities, right? But you don't have structure and probability on your side at this point. Price action has played out. This downtrend is no longer. We're waiting for the market to form something else, for buyers or sellers to build a new position and start moving the market. So we're still in that waiting zone. Don't put on any positions here. Just be patient. They will come, I promise. The trades will come. It will get obvious at some point what the market is wanting to do. This is a decent little bounce. Let's see if it continues on the S&P. If this move up continues to develop, like if it continues up to here, I will definitely be looking for a second entry long. Actually, as a matter of fact, I still could consider it if we pull back here and the EMA holds. Downtrend is played out. Like, we don't have any worries about the downside right now. If the EMA holds, that will be enough evidence. Put probabilities on our side and get after a long. All right, party people. Well, you know what I'm looking for. If this continues to slow down, hey, it's Friday. Go enjoy your weekend. Go enjoy Halloween. If that's something that you participate in. Appreciate all y'all. It's been fun. It's been a good week. For those interested in the masterclass, again, links over here. Probably, I don't know where I'm pointing. Maybe over here. One of those directions. In the chat, in the description. I'm going to be hanging out in Discord for a few hours today, and we'll see if the market can produce another couple setups. Have a great week, guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Later.